Broader conversation. Let's just talk more about how the country is reacting to this divisive issue. With me, Montel Williams, former host of the Montel Williams Show. He's also a Marine, Navy veteran. Montel, always a pleasure. How are you, sir?
Always a pleasure to be here, Brooke. Thanks for having me.
You know, Jennifer went through the poll numbers, and obviously the country is split, tilting just slightly in favor of the president's position, although that varies when we looked at race. You know, as a Marine, as a black man in America, where do you fall?
And the polls also show that the majority of Americans don't think the president should have weighed in on this. But let's just talk about this. This is not about me against the president or anybody against the president. This is about the issue that is here at hand, supposedly that this is some sort of disrespect to our flag. And I have to question all those who say those kinds of things, that these athletes, by taking a knee, which is something that people do in a church when they show reverence to their God, by taking a knee during this time and taking a second to reflect upon the ills of our society, that's so wrong. Because we as a society, Brooke, don't complain. Nobody complained this past weekend out on any lake in America where there was a young lady wearing a bikini bottom bathing suit that was an American flag. Or the guys that are driving around on jet skis or motorcycles wearing an American flag on their head. And how about even the most egregious one of all? We all in this world agree that Nazism and Hitler was an abomination to this world. We've held trials for over 80 years persecuting and prosecuting people who were Nazis. Now, not one person complaining about the NFL players on a knee have said anything about 3 weeks ago when you had Nazis and skinheads and Ku Klux Klan members and white supremacists marching with an American flag and doing a Zig Heil. And some of them made statements about the president's own son-in-law, Jewish people, in front of an American flag. But that's okay. So it really has nothing to do with disrespecting the flag. It has to do with the fact that, you know, in some ways in this country, we still think that black men should shut up, accept what you get, and keep your mouth shut. And I don't agree. And look, I'm going to tell you something. The reason why I even spoke out this week is because, again, let's break this down. I held my hand up and said, I do solemnly swear and affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. I didn't say I support a flag, a piece of paper. I said the Constitution. And when I do so, that means that the first thing that our forefathers thought to give us the right to do was the right to protest. So you denigrate and disrespect the lives of all 300,000 Americans that died in World War II, the 600,000 Americans that were wounded in World War II, the thousands that have just put their life on the line right now to give you the right to protest. You denigrate them. Stop it.
Hold that thought for me.
Sorry.
I've got some sound from the president. Stay right there. Don't move, because I have a lot more for you, my friend. But let's go to the president. He's just made some news at the White House.